in that state?
At first I thought maybe this is epilepsy. Then I saw the blood. Then I thought this man is going to die here. Actually, another thought occurred to me that probably he has banged his teeth on the ground. I thought even some of the teeth were on the ground because there were some pieces which were red. So I thought maybe there were teeth which were on the ground.
Brothers and sisters, some things are hard to testify, but God is a miracle worker. Oh, come on, if you believe it, clap your hands and give God some praise. So then what happened? What happened in the midst of all that?
So in the midst of the commotion, the ushers began to run around. Then all of a sudden, I didn't actually know where Apostle Dr. Martin Ssuna came from. Then all of a sudden, I saw you trying to pray for him. Actually, you prayed for him and say, I bring you back to life. I call you back to life. You will not die here. I resurrect you. I come back to life. You took around 5 minutes praying for him, and he was limp, cold, and dead. Actually, we touched him. I touched his back when you're praying, and it was like there was no breath in him during that time. So what happened? We closed the doors behind. Most people in the church didn't even know what was happening, apart from the few people who were behind there. And the whole of that place was full of blood. Full of blood. The ushers put on gloves, and they tried to clean it, and it was too much.
Now, let me tell you something. You know, in Kenya, people are very intelligent. One of the reasons why most people are putting on gloves is because they didn't want their fingerprints on the dying man. However, I went straight on and touched his chest. And I had the chest go cold and colder, and I opened his eyes. They were so close. And the 7-year-old kid was holding a bag. And he said, there was a letter written to me. And our administrator in the church said, poor man, he came to be prayed for. He didn't make it. I said, he's not dead.
There was a young boy there. He had come with a little boy. I don't know how old he is, but very small. Then I asked him, who are you? Who is this? He said, this is my uncle. And he's very sick. He was coming to be prayed for by Apostle Ssuna. So he said, ata kuna barua hapa, there's a letter in a bag. So I put gloves. I asked for gloves, and the ushers, everybody was wearing gloves because I was saying, now this is going to be a police case. I didn't have as much faith as my papa. So I opened the bag, I got the letter, and we actually took a copy of it, and I saw he had listed many things that he's going through, and he wanted to be prayed for. Meanwhile, I was asking, is he breathing? Apostle said, yeah, he's breathing. And then quickly things were organized, and he called his spirit back. This man was dead. He was literally just gone. The state he was in, he was dead.
He is alive. And this was so shocking because for the sake of the people who believe in science, I wanted them to try the hospital because most people thought he would be declared dead when he arrived in the hospital. So they pick him. I tell one of the security, take him. I said, call the ambulance. They said, we can't wait for the ambulance. The man will be dead. Winnie, come over here and tell us, what did you see? What did you think? Winnie was running everywhere. Because some of you, you need to know. You need to know that it is real. It is real. God is a healer. It is real. God is a deliverer. If you have never believed, this is the hour for you to believe. All right. Madam Winnie, what did you see and what happened? Come closer.
When I saw him, I thought he was dead. In fact, when I was calling the security person, I knew this guy was dead. They were just going to confirm and pronounce him dead.
So,
So I called the security man, and I called one of the ushers. We took him to the car, but he was so helpless that you could not even support him on the seat. So I told somebody to sit behind him and hold him because he was falling down. So as for me, I thought he was dead.
You thought he was dead?
Yeah. We are just going to confirm from the hospital.
You see, ladies and gentlemen, when it is impossible with you, then God takes over. I pray that this day will be a day in your life that whatever had killed you, it will become a memorial. So my friend, let's go back to my friend.
I found myself at the hospital
Uh-huh.
being attended to by nurses. I was even surprised how I reached at the hospital.
Uh-huh.
Then after that, I had the doctors suggested that I be taken to Kenyatta
Uh-huh.
because so that I can be attended to in
In Kenyatta.
Kenyatta.
Because why?
Actually, they were demanding around 1 million,
Uh-huh.
but the guys that I was with decided that that money is too much for us.
Amen.
It's better we take him to Kenyatta, a government hospital.
And when you arrived at Kenyatta, what happened?
Okay, when I arrived at Kenyatta,
Uh-huh.
I was feeling okay, I was feeling healed, I was feeling energetic. And even they took me to the doctor, but I refused. I said, no, I'm healed. I'm okay, I'm healed. What am I doing here? Let me go home. In fact, I left them behind. I walked away from the hospital. I just went, I took the small boy and told him, let us go. Because I'm feeling okay. I want to go and see the pastor at the church. I want to go at the church. Leave me, let me go to the church.
Anybody who was putting you in the ICU, they will see you walk out of the ICU. And they will know that God is a miracle working God. Slap your hands together and say, yes. I want your face to grip up. Because the same God who raised this young man, he will raise you up. So tell us now, since you left the hospital because they never put medication on you, you walked out, you came back to church, what has been going on with you?
Okay, since I left the hospital, I came to the church and the pastor shared with the church what was behind me. And actually, the church really supported me financially because I was being faced with a lot of problems. One, I was being faced with the ailments, the chronic ulcers. Secondly, my house had been locked by the landlord. And thirdly, I was starving. Even the young boy I was with him was even starving. The church did its level best, did some contribution for me. And actually, I went to foot the house bill. I bought food for myself. And so far, this morning when after attending they had prayer, the yesterday's evening prayers, we were being told to pray, saying we call forth to whatever we need in life. Actually, when after the service, when I went back home, at around, I normally sleep somehow late. At around 11:23 p.m., when approaching midnight, there is an SMS that was sent to me. I had earlier applied a job somewhere. And I was sent an SMS being told tomorrow, and today, this morning, at 8 o'clock, I take my copies of my CVs, my certificates, the copies of my particulars to the manager in charge of a property manager.
Now, how could he send his CV in ICU? How could he send his CV in the graveyard? Anybody who had been trying to take your job from you, from tonight, they will not take it from you in Jesus' name. Slap your hand and shout, yes.
Yes.
So, outside, you had chronic ulcers. Did you take the medication? What is going on with you?
No, for now, I'm not taking any drug.